Hey there, it is me, Dr. Brenda B., the Queen Time Machine, the original Queen Time Machine, representing the Kingdom Time Zone, the time zone that is managed, created, orchestrated, maintained, and gifted to us by the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, our Creator. And it is truly God's clock and creation's watch. That's why the first question always has to be, how you spending? How you spending? Because we've been given another deck of 86,400 seconds. And we do get to choose. We get to choose to win. We get to choose to lose. And not making a choice is choosing. I'm just asking that you would choose with me to make this world a better place. Because we can. We can focus on positivity, not only focus on it, we can become responsible and accountable to carry out those positive thoughts, those positive actions, to be willing to stand up and be counted, and to always say the reason that I'm going to do the righteous right thing is because we're always only one clock tick away from success. So every time I post, I'm asking that you would give me back 1 second for every minute to stand in solidarity. What does that mean? That you will just stand. I'm not going to ask you how you spend those seconds. I just want you to focus on, you know what? Queen Time Machine said, if I give her 1 second back for every minute. So if a post was 5 minutes long, that means all she's asking for is 5 seconds for me to say, yes, I agree that the next thing I'm going to do is smile. Because I was thinking about frowning. But it takes at least twice as many muscles to frown than it does to smile. So I'm going to spend 5 seconds standing in solidarity, and I'm going to smile. And therefore, if I'm going to give her 5 seconds for every 5 minutes, then that means that every 15 minutes is only 15 seconds. I know I've been having you all tithe the time. But I really want you to just focus on coalescing symbiotically while still making sure to respect individuality. And yes, we do travail together, and the travails yearn. But what needs to yearn louder is our celebration of life, the pursuit of it, the pursuit of longevity, tranquility, peace that passes all understanding, and the right to live a life of unity, brother and sisterly love, and to establish something greater than anything that has been. Yesterday, I talked about how we can forgive ourselves. Reconciliation, we can reconcile with ourselves. We can be reconciled with God, but to be reconciled with another person, then the forgiveness has to be at minimum bilateral. But we can still advance positive change, even if we would like to reconcile with some people that don't want to reconcile with us. We can still be in the lane of forgiveness, and we can then still move forward in making sure the world is a better place. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy third day of 12 days of Christmas. Remember Kwanzaa, I talked yesterday about it being something that was established for the African American community. And not even long ago, 1966, Dr. Molina Karinja, a civil rights activist, writer, educator, and professor. Again, many of the things that I try to do, just advancing information. And we're finding that these traditions that we've been celebrating all are advancing tradition and information through education and storytelling. Kwanzaa is Swahili for first fruit. And remember, every day we can say, Heri za Kwanzaa, because that means Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa to you. As we look at the colors of red, black, and green. Red for the bloodshed and struggle, which we acknowledge, and black for the people. And then also green for the future and for hope regarding the struggle. And remember, there are 7 candles in this Kanara versus the menorah, like in Hanukkah, similar but not the same. And as we have been lighting those candles, and I did post earlier today the slides that explain Kwanzaa so you can catch up to that information that I pulled together well over 10 years ago to ensure that there would be some bullet points that we could all coalesce around, even back then, to just know what we're doing, to know how to count these days that start the day after Christmas, but we're also this year including the 12 days of Christmas. So yesterday, it was day 1, or Umoja, which was unity. And remember, every day we say, HAVARI GANI, what is the news? So HAVARI GANI, because today the news is self-determination. And I'm going to post this slide. Self-determination in Swahili, in representing Kwanzaa, we say it like this: KUJICHAGULIA. KUJICHAGULIA. Self-determination. That's KUJICHAGULIA. KUJICHAGULIA. Self-determination. HAVARI GANI. Today's answer is KUJICHAGULIA. So on day 2, the red candle on the left end is lit. The principle of day 2 of self-determination means that we want to define ourselves. We want to name ourselves. We want to create ourselves. We want to speak for ourselves. We have a voice. We want to be heard. This is a day of sharing traditions. This is a day of like braiding hair, getting your hair done differently, skills like playing the drums, skills like cooking okra, yams, honey corn muffins. This is a day of teaching how to get your hands in the hair, hands in the earth, hands in the ground, hands in the kitchen. This is a day to be determined that you're going to learn a new skill. What will that skill be? So today when I say HAVARI GANI, not only say KUJICHAGULIA, but also tell me what it is. What are you determined to learn today under this day 2 principle of Kwanzaa? And then when we move to our 12 days of Christmas, remember that these 12 days of Christmas actually start on Christmas Day. The 12 days of Christmas ended up being a tradition because there was a period of time when the Catholics in England were not permitted to practice their faith from like 1558 to 1829. But that didn't stop their faith. What they did is they created this song that had hidden meanings to teach the tenets of faith so that those in and outside of the church would be able to coalesce around. All of these are traditions of solidarity. And this one is pretty amazing because most people just sing it and don't think it has meaning. But we know on the first day of Christmas, our true love gave to us a partridge in a pear tree. The partridge represents Jesus, who is willing to give his life on the cross. The pear tree, the cross. The second day, which would have been yesterday, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. The 2 turtle doves symbolize love, fidelity, and it represents the Old and the New Testament because they are books of fidelity, symbols of love, symbols of connectivity. So remember, the 12 days of Christmas is also a mathematic equation. So the first day of Christmas, we got a partridge in a pear tree. The second day of Christmas, we got 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. So we already have 4 gifts as we go into the third day of Christmas, which is today. And today, we're starting with 4. So now we add the number of the day we're in. We have 4 total gifts. And it is day 3. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So on the third day of Christmas, I already have 4 gifts. I got a partridge in a pear tree twice. And I got 2 turtle doves. So now on the third day of Christmas, I get 3 French hens. So I get 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Started out, day 1, I got a partridge. Day 2, I got a partridge and 2 turtle doves. Day 3, I got a partridge, I got 2 turtle doves, and I got 3 French hens. So what we're constantly doing is we're adding. So it's cumulative. So when we look at the days of Christmas, every day we're doing a cumulative. And believe it or not, in 12 days, we're going to have almost a year's worth of gifts. And I am going to do the math with you every day. Day 2, we have 3 gifts. That equals 4 gifts total to date from day 2. 2 turtle doves, 2 partridges in a pear tree on December 27th. Today, day 3, the 6 gifts are given. That goes along with our 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. Day 1, we got 1 gift. Day 2, we got 3 gifts. Day 3, we got 6 gifts. So going into day 4, we already have 10 gifts. So yes, I'm going to let you know the cumulative amount of gifts that we have, as well as what each day represents. So we have the 3 French hens. 3 French hens represent faith, hope, and charity. Faith, hope, and love. So that's the 3 French hens. So we have a partridge, Jesus Christ, in a pear tree, the cross, 2 turtle doves, love, fidelity, and connection, the Old and the New Testament, 3 French hens, faith, hope, and charity. That's our 3 French hens. And before we go into day 4, we already have 10 gifts so far. So I hope that you're enjoying the 12 days of Christmas and that you are enjoying all of our 7 days of Kwanzaa, HAVARI, GANI. And today, it is self-determination and 3 French hens. Much shorter post today. So hopefully you won't have a hard time giving me the seconds. 1 second for every minute. And we're right at about 12 minutes, which would mean I'm really only asking for 12 seconds. If I give you a 10th, yeah, that's a different amount. But it is really only 1 second for every minute. Happy Kwanzaa, HAVARI, GANI, and happy 3rd of 12 days of Christmas. It's just me, your Queen Time Machine, Dr. Brenda B. And it's always only until soon. Agape and shalom. Thank you in advance for advancing the power of solidarity. Until soon, as always, only until forever. God bless.